Hey, Soul Tribe. Mel, Intuitive Coach here. Excited to bring in your Soul Saturday session. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome. What do we need to focus on today? Now, I am getting here mental mindset shifts. Perhaps you've been going a bit back and forth with making a choice, making a decision. For some of you, you may even feel stuck in a specific mindset. Maybe you've been procrastinating. Perhaps you felt depressed or a bit of anxiety. You may have been going through some heartbreak or fear or even complacency. I see that you're finding solutions. You're figuring out how to basically get unstuck. Now, the conflict card is your first card out here. This is about solutions. So for example, if you are procrastinating or you're not taking action on something that you need to get done, or it could even be a goal that you have for yourself, maybe breaking it down and taking a look at why are you procrastinating? Taking a deeper dive into the mind is what I'm picking up on here for you. Now, if you're procrastinating because of overwhelm, maybe you're feeling like it's too big of a task. It's too much on your shoulders. Breaking it up into bite-sized pieces can be very beneficial. Taking a look at the small steps, and it reminds me of Lao Tzu's quote, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step," because if we're focusing way far out, it can feel daunting. We feel like that is too many steps. I'm not going to make it, right? But when we focus on the single step, that can help you with procrastination. And if this is perfectionism, you may be kicking the pedestal out from underneath, the reasons behind the control, or feeling like everything has to be perfect. Now, I will admit that is one of my shadows. I am a recovering perfectionist where I've struggled with that myself. Now, some of you, this could be fear of failure. So I see you are addressing some of the mental mindsets that have held you back. For those of you that feel like you've been a little bit maybe complacent lately, I feel like it's important to challenge your comfort zone and really reflect on your why. Why do you want to achieve a certain goal? Why do you want to succeed in a specific, a dream that you have here? How can you learn more? How can you grow? Perhaps it's a relationship that you are in. You may be asking yourself, why do I want to be in this relationship? Or why do I want to go for that job or that position? So really getting in touch and reflecting on your why can help you with this tug of war. And if you feel stuck, I'm a huge advocate of dancing, moving the body, and even decluttering your space, decluttering your home, because this is telling me that there is some sort of, back and forth, some sort of tug of war. But by addressing some of the areas of mental, mindset, I feel like you can overcome these obstacles. And remember, triggers, I just heard this the other day. I think it was MJ on Soulful Revolution said, triggers are gifts. When we're able to look at triggers as a reflection opportunity, what is being reflected back to us, because then we can become aware of maybe something that's going on deeper within us, and we can work on it, we can heal it, we can recover from it, and choose consciously to make a new story each and every day. Now, for those of you that are stuck in a bit of fear, maybe due to adversity or opposing views or even competition, which is showing up here, define the fear. Like, look at that fear in the eye in order to disempower it. Is this fear a fact, or is this a story? That is going to kind of break it down, disempower it a bit, and kind of release that tug of war that's going on here between the fear and the telling of a new story, because something is back and forth. I feel if you've been struggling with someone else potentially someone that you work with, okay? I feel like there is conflict resolution coming in through some sort of negotiation, some sort of communication where you are clearing up a miscommunication here, maybe even a brand new opportunity. There we have the little page of minds here, page of swords. He is the thinker. And because mental mindset is showing up so strongly here for you, you can see that he's using both the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. It's important to ground your energy at this time. It's important to do a bit of a mental dump, and that could be through journaling, speaking to a healer, a therapist, a friend, a loved one, just mentally getting all of that out so you can start to tell a new story and connect to new information that is coming in or that wants to come in for you. For those of you that may be dealing with heartache or heartbreak, there's a message around grieving a loss, okay, without suppressing it. Grieving a loss, allowing yourself to grieve some sort of emotions. And remember, emotions are like waves. When we think of the waves crashing towards the ocean shore, some are huge, some are small, but they ebb and flow. They dissipate, they come and go. And I feel like you are not your emotions, right? You are not what happened to you, Soul Tribe. If you've gone through a situation that's been very challenging or very difficult, you are not that experience. You are not that feeling or that emotion. It's just a consequence based on something that has happened or something that has occurred. And I feel like you are waking up to some sort of truth within yourself, and you're strategizing. You're coming up with solutions, which it says right on the page of swords, and it says right here on the conflict. So you're cutting through. That's what the sword does. Cuts through the conflict in order for that rope to kind of be released on both ends. So let's see here. What do we need to know about the conflict coming in? We have the Knight of Wands. This is fearless. Okay, fearless. I always say fear, false evidence appearing real. We just talked about it. Is it a fact or is it an old story based on, a consequence or a conditioning that you've gone through? And if it is an old story, it's time to tell a new one. It's time to let go of that rope that's been tugging at you and start to catch yourself when you draw back into that old mental muckery, when you find yourself falling back into the default of, I'm not good enough, or I have to stay stuck, or this has to be perfect, or I'm going to fail, or this is overwhelming. Whatever it is, challenge your comfort zone. Now, you wouldn't be here listening to this reading if you weren't someone of great strength, great personal power. And I feel like you are also a healer. It means that you are here to not just help others, but you're here to evolve your own soul's growth. And so if there is a problem that you have going on within you, you will find a way to figure this out. Knight of Wands, he takes action. And he fears a little bit less. What else do we need to know about conflict showing up for the Soul Tribe? Knight of Cups. You can do this without closing off your heart. And this is flowing attraction. It is allowing yourself to feel like you are going with the flow versus resisting. Because when we resist, it causes that mental mindset to stay stuck. So free flow in some way here. Free flow through dance, through movement, decluttering your space, allowing feelings to come and go, journaling them, defining fear, disempowering it, and really allowing your energy to go with the flow. And I'm also getting a message around vulnerability and even codependency. Two of my favorite books on both those subject matters, Melody Beattie's Codependent No More, and the other one here is, oh goodness, it just came to me. Now I forget it, but it'll come. So I do feel like flowing attraction is showing up here for you, okay? This means you're going to release something about releasing emotions in some way for you, okay? Let's look. What do we have? Hobby. Some of you may even be reflecting on things that bring you joy. Okay, maybe it's been a long time since you found a hobby. Perhaps you've been in a bit of a stuck cycle where nothing brings you pleasure, nothing brings you joy. And I feel like that's why you are shifting perspectives at this time. And you have the hobby card coming in. This is about side projects, fun interests, creativity, music, joy, passions, and even mastering your craft. This could be learning. Some of you are putting yourself on a course of learning here. And I feel like this is a good sign for you. It is a good sign. Now, I also am seeing you rearranging, okay, rearranging the home. Some of you could be getting rid of items in the home. I feel like you are also getting rid of junk in like a yard, I'm getting, or in an outdoor space. Some of you are getting rid of junk or just getting rid of things that you no longer use. Maybe it's, those old kitchen appliances that you have shoved under the counters but you never use. For some of you, you're going through your junk drawers, you're going through your closets, you're reorganizing here. And I also feel like that is bringing in new space for you to have more fun and to focus on some other projects that do bring you joy. Now we have the intuition card. This is the voice within. This is awareness and meditation. So I feel like a lot of you are very, very in touch with your intuition. And for those of you that may be chuckling and saying, Mel, I don't feel like I'm very in touch with my intuition. I feel like you are, but you may not listen to it. And that's the difference. Now, if you receive divine downloads, it may not show up, as clairvoyance or a visual right in front of you. But if you are getting some signs, right? Getting some signs through maybe like a billboard, or if there's a class you want to take and you keep seeing that ad popping up over and over again. Maybe there is a cardinal that visits you every morning and you've lost, a parent. I feel like you're connecting the dots. You're very intuitively intelligent, emotionally intelligent. You're spiritually aware. So you are receiving the messages that are coming in, but sometimes you're not quite sure what it means. And you may be having a difficult time depicting, is this my intuition or is this, wishful thinking? And I feel like that is something you are breaking down as well. All right, we have career. Some of you have been maybe struggling with career, maybe climbing the ladder. Maybe there hasn't been a lot of advancement. Maybe you are looking to get a promotion and that's been a struggle. And now you're at the point where your emotions are, maybe you're getting angry. Get angry because it's the emotional part of us that pushes forward. And that's why we change. When we get sick and tired of being sick and tired, we get angry, we get mad, we get frustrated, we get upset, we feel sometimes overjoyed, or we feel happiness, or we feel, love. That can motivate us to move forward. After all, the chariot in tarot is ruled by Cancerian energy. Cancer is emotion. And because I see the King of Cups showing up here, it feels like you weren't quite sure how to navigate through some stuck emotions or stuck feelings. But this tells me you're recovering. You're recovering a sense of stability. And when it comes to your career, some of you may have lost everything. There may have been some sort of hard misfortune. Some of you may have even lost a home. Maybe for some of you that are out west at this time, and I'm sending you so much love. I cannot even imagine. But you can see on the 5 of Coins here, the destruction that has gone on, maybe health-wise, financially. Maybe there has been bankruptcy for some of you, loss of a job, loss of a home, loss of good health. And I feel like that has been part of the struggle that we see here in your energy. But the good news is there's a recovery. 5 of Coins in reverse is recovery. And I feel like you're letting your emotions, drive you to make some new choices or decisions. Now we have the Five of Wands in reverse. This is good. It says resolving conflict. So there's the butting of heads, right? There we see the conflict card here. You know, it's the butting of the fist. You see the fist kind of coming together in that tug of war. And we do see here with the Three of Wands, there has been some unexpected setbacks when it comes to your finances, your career, your growth in some way in the material world or even health wise. But I feel within, I want to say even 3 months time frame, I'm getting the third month, so that makes sense, the beginning of the astrological new year, you may start to see notable growth. Okay, you may start to feel that you are finally able to push through those mental mind blocks that you've been going through. You may see that there are physical results showing up in your world. I want to clarify, Spirit, what do we need to know here about the Three of Wands? Is this a raise? Okay, Ace of Swords. There's clearing up the mental muckery. So if there has been any sort of miscommunication, maybe indecision, perhaps overthinking or overanalyzing a situation. Now, there's a difference, Soul Tribe, between what I've been talking about with the mental mind shift when it comes to kind of digging into the reasons why we are complacent or we procrastinate or we are holding on to some fears. There's a difference between digging into the root of our why, and then there's also a difference between being overly logic to the point of feeling disconnected with this Page of Swords, you know, disconnected from our goals. I feel like you're using the mind to heal, to overcome obstacles, but the mind can also be used to destroy. You know, the mind is such a powerful thing, and because it's so prominent here in your reading, I feel like a lot of you, this is a complete mindset shift. And here we see the Ace of Swords coming in with that sword, cutting through the fluff, right? Cutting through the clouds, cutting through any miscommunications or misunderstandings. This is logic. This is clarity. This is an action plan. And that's what is clarifying here, your Three of Wands. So you're going to see some action, some truth, and some movement here around that time. Now, I am going to pull a timing card here for you because I'm getting springtime, March, but I feel like there is another date that is significant, and we have August. Okay, so March time is a big one for a lot of you with that 3 energy here, and then August of 2025. Some of you could even be Leos, but that August energy is also strength. And then look at, we have April as well at the bottom of the deck. Now, your final card here is breakthrough. This is about realizations, discoveries, victory, advancement, epiphanies, and moments of truth. So that's that Ace of Swords here. I'm going to take a look here at some of you, you feel stuck physically, I am getting. So perhaps this is a health issue that has kept you in a state of discomfort or bedridden or handicap in some way. Perhaps this is a home that you live in that you're just ready to be done. You're like, I'm stuck in this place. I do not want to be here anymore. I'm ready to move on. For those of you that feel stuck physically within the body or within an environment, maybe stuck in a job that it feels very much politically incorrect would be what I'm getting here. It just feels like there's a lot of adversity, maybe a lot of office politics or just competition, and you don't want a part of something here. Let's get a message for those of you that feel stuck physically in some sort of environment or health issue or space. What's the message here, please? The message is a judgment will be made. And I feel like you are walking a new path. You have a second chance here. Celebration. This is beautiful. So if you're stuck here, I see 3 months, okay? The third month, March. So there's your March confirmation that a new judgment will be made. This is about a second chance. All right. If you're looking for a home, March could be the month. If you're looking for a new job, March could be the month. It is worth celebrating. 3 of Cups is that 3-month time frame. So you will be celebrating some sort of win. Because you have the music twice here with the hobby, Perhaps you're a musical teacher. Some of you, this is about mastering your craft, maybe going back to school. There may even be some sort of documentation here for you in the month of March. You could be having a lot more fun getting out there. I see the butterflies, so maybe the springtime energy of everything kind of blooming again. This is about your creativity, your joys, your passions. If you feel, Soul Tribe, that you've disconnected from yourself and you're like, I don't even recognize me anymore. I don't even recognize, who I am. If you have felt unrecognizable, I feel like you've been going through a bit of a personal transformation where the reason why you're not recognizing that part of yourself is because, well, for one, sometimes that Page of Swords can feel disconnected, from the collective energy, from spirit at times. I see you getting your groove back here. It's like Stella's got her groove back. And I feel like you are going to get back into a place of feeling alive, right? It does feel like when spring awakens here for a lot of you, and it may just be that you've gone through a bit of a hermiting or a bit of a hibernation over the wintry months for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere. And I also see a new decision being made when it comes to potentially career, because that's showing up here. This could be a new decision regarding a home. And I see that you could even be taking a class or a spiritual retreat or a trip when it comes to embracing that voice within, paying attention to what your higher self is guiding you to do. So you could go someplace in 2025 here, maybe in around that March time, and travel where you are feeling whole again, or you're feeling connected to your dreams and your goals more so around that astrological new year, around Aries time. So I like where this is going here for you, Soul Tribe. If you are going through a bit of, a stuck energy for now, even if the physical isn't changing immediately, what you can do is change your energy. You can shift that energy by dancing, getting into your body, decluttering your space, your home, your car, your office. And if you have some fears that need to be addressed, need to be looked at with the conflict, again, break it down, disempower it, and ask yourself, is this a fact or is this an old story? Because once you kind of break it down, disempower it, then it releases that tug of war. And for those of you that are feeling a bit complacent, take a new class, reflect on your why, and really challenge your comfort zone, because this is the year where you turn those wishes of yours into goals, into tangible goals that you can measure, that you can see the production taking place here. And I feel a lot of you, this has been a long time coming. Maybe the last year and a half, you've been a bit in the planning stage, or you've been in maybe the doing stage, where you've been working really, really hard towards your self-development, or towards your business, or, towards something within yourself, maybe even your spiritual gifts. And I feel like this is the year that you really launch it. You really put it out there, the judgment. Like, this is Judgment Day coming in saying, all right, let's evaluate what's been going on for you for the last year and a half. And actually, today, the time that this reading is released, we shift nodal energies from the North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra, to Pisces and Virgo, which is all about, our spiritual intuitive side, and really trusting in our intuition and bringing that down to our earthly plane, really infusing that energy into everything we do here on this earthly level. So I see it's going to be a very beautiful year for you, Soul Tribe, and a judgment will be made where you will be celebrating. You will be clinking those cups together, whether you're drinking some tea or some mocktails or some wine. And I feel like you are celebrating success, growth, a raise, a promotion, perhaps a new home as well. So this is a celebratory happy, traveling type of vibe. And I see the moon in the background as well. So some of you, this will be around a full moon, okay? Full moon, bringing in endings and new beginnings. That is what I have for you, Soul Tribe. If you like the messages, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And these Soul Saturday sessions, they will be changing up a bit. I'm super excited to dive into, a new level of this channel where I'll be doing more coaching and mentoring for these Saturday sessions only. You'll still get your career readings and your love readings, but I would love to get up close and personal with you all, show my face, and touch on subjects that you want to know about, whether it's astrology, healing, law of attraction, intuition, or perhaps you have questions about my soul's journey. I would love to work with you. So please drop it in the comment section below. What do you want to know? What do you want to learn? What are you curious about? And I'm excited as well to do some live readings here. So please stay tuned and be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button and thumbs up if you haven't already. Thanks so much for being here. Lots of love.